up, family? So today I'm about to show you my super easy apple cobbler recipe. So you could make your own variation. You could make this with peaches, you can make this with cherries, berries, whatever. So I'm making a full-size pan. So I am going to be using 6 of these cans of apple pie filling. You guys, you could make your own apple pie filling. You could do what you do, but this right here is an easy recipe. So I am not a baker, but I am known for my pound cakes, my brownies, and my different kind of cobblers, okay? So usually I make like a super extravagant kind of cobbler where I roll out the crust and I cut it and do the lattices and then I cut out shapes and I do all that kind of stuff. But this is like dump cake recipe style, and to keep it real, I prefer this kind of crust. Like this recipe, when I first seen it, I was like, there's no way that this could be as good as everybody's saying. But when I made it and put my spin on it, it came out so good. It's so buttery. It's just rich and decadent and sweet. And like really a little bit goes a long way. Okay? So, as I was yapping, I put in 6 cans of that apple pie filling. So the apple pie filling is already spiced, but we're gonna add some more. Right there, I just put in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. This right here is a stick and a half of melted butter. So this is a super easy recipe. It's all gonna be done right here in this pan, pretty much. So now I'm gonna add in some pumpkin pie spice. Even though the apple pie filling already has spices in it, I just like to do a little bit extra. So for this full size pan, I'm adding in at least a tablespoon of apple pie spice. It just goes together, okay? Now I'm gonna add in a pinch of nutmeg, not too much because nutmeg is really strong and it will overpower your dish. So now I'm just going to mix those seasoning spices. When you're baking the spices, right? I'm gonna go ahead and mix the spices in with these apples and the melted butter and just incorporate it, y'all. This recipe, when you look at it, you like, it's so simple, it can't be that good, but it really, really is that good. So right here, I just added in half a cup of brown sugar. I keep saying this is a full-size pan. I know you're probably not going to make as big as a pan as me, so you can just adjust this recipe, cut it in half. For like a 9 by 13 dish that is the size of a half pan is 9 by 13. So I'm just mixing in all the spices, the melted butter, the brown sugar, and I'm just going to just make sure it's all nice and incorporated. You guys, this would be bomb as a peach cobbler. This would be bomb as a cherry cobbler. Yo, this mixture, as you can see, you see how it looks kind of caramelly? As it cooks and like thickens up in the oven, it almost tastes like caramel apples. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. So here is the secret to the crust. I'm using a Betty Crocker Super Moist Butter recipe, a yellow cake mix, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and just sprinkle that yellow cake mix on top of your apple pie filling. Don't mix it in. Don't pat it in. Don't do anything. It's going to do its own thing in the oven, okay? So that whole bag of cake mix, you just spread it on top. So this is a full-size pan, which means that my crust is not going to be super thick, because if I was doing a 9 by 13 pan, I would still use a whole box of cake mix. And for this size, I could have used like a box and a half of the cake mix just to have like a thicker crust, but I like how it came out. So on top of this cake mix, I'm cubing sliced up 2 sticks of butter, and you just lay that on top, and that's pretty much all you're gonna do. We're gonna put this in the oven, bake it uncovered at 375 until it looks like this. You see how it did its thing in the oven and it made its own crust? Do you see that crust? Y'all, when I tell you this crust is so buttery, so flaky, it's just so good. It's like so much better than just a regular pie crust because it's just so flavorful. You got the butter that you put it on, that you added on top, and then the actual butter flavor from the cake mix. And y'all, look at this. Look at this consistency. Y'all, look at this apple cobbler. Look at perfect consistency. When I tell you this apple cobbler is so good, you have to try it. Right here, I paired it with a little ice cream, just a little bit, y'all. Bomb, bomb. You do not have, y'all. Take a bite. Make this and let me know how it comes out. Don't forget to do you, boo. I'll see y'all in the next video.
Don't slip up or get caught. Why not, man?